That's not why we're here. We're here to discuss the unified theory of debate. We have to start from the ground up, and I have said hundreds of times to people at all kinds of camps and lectures and coaching sessions that the best debaters are great at a few very basic things that they pursue with dogged passion. And one of them is simply understanding what a debate is. Truly, truly, why are we here? Because so many arguments in debate can be excluded by better understanding what a debate is. That's not why I'm here to talk to you, but I am here to ask you the question, what are the ingredients of a debate? Basic building blocks of debate. Good. 1, a topic. You have to set a topic for there to be a debate, a formal debate. There needs to be 2 sides or more. Oops. There are 2 sides in this room. Ha ha. Yes.
Both the sides usually come into conflict of some sort?
I would say that the 2 or more sides are related to the topic, so you're not wrong at all. Absolutely true. That's contained within 1 and 2. There are a couple more parts to the debate to create a debate. Yes? That's all going to be part of the substance of the argument. So that's, again, it fits within there. But for there to be a formal debate in the first place, yes?
Warrants or reasons?
That's going to be there too. The sides will present warrants or reasons related to the topic. So nobody's wrong.
A course of action or a plan.
Maybe, maybe not. Depends on what the topic itself is, contained within. Sutton. Again, that's contained within the 2. What keeps this from lasting for 17 hours?
A place and a time limit.
Yeah. A place and time limit. Can anybody give me one word for this concept?
Structure.
Yeah. I typically call it format, but those words all work fine. The structure. The format of the debate. So if I am coaching a politician for a town hall debate, I'm coaching them from a very different debate than a reputational debate of back and forth set speaking times. The format of the debate matters a great deal. The best debaters own and understand how to leverage their format. Sam, did you want to add anything else? Okay, there's a 4th one. Yeah.
People.
Good, the audience. Someone who will hear. Doesn't necessarily have to, like, you can not have a formal winner of a debate. I've been to academic debates where nobody refs and declares, you are the winner of this debate, even though they were smart PhDs and argued for a long time about really weird things like exclusive psalmody. Anyway, the audience is necessary for a debate. Those are the 4 ingredients of a debate, those 4 parts. And often, again, you can't underestimate how the best debaters think about these basic things. Easy sidetrack for intermediate debaters, to forget that they're debating to the audience. And they end up debating each other. And that's kind of dumb, because you're never going to persuade the team who is assigned to not agree with you. And so in cross-examination, when you try to make them admit that you're right and try to win right there, that's kind of silly. You're trying to persuade the audience, which is interesting because the audience is thinking more things than are just said in the debate round, and they have a bigger perspective. And if you're not trying to get inside of their head, then they're having to work to get inside of yours, and that's a problem. So to understand and use your format, you're trying to think through, how do I best position myself to get in their head? And that comes everything from owning the stage and the room, to the order in which you present things, to the attitude and the language with which you present them. Lots of lessons to be drawn here. Today I want to talk about where the substance of debate lives, and we're going to talk about one subset of it. So the substance of debate, we all expect to live in the topic. If I were to ask anyone who has never seen a debate round in their life to come to a debate, they would assume they're going to hear arguments about the topic, and that's pretty much going to be what happens, and then they will leave. That's a fair assumption. It's a good assumption. The best debaters also argue about the format. They probably spend 5% or less of their time arguing about the format and instead use their preparation time to properly set themselves up for the format. So they're thinking about the exact wording of definitions that they're going to use, because in the last speech it will matter as long as they said it the right way in the first speech. Or this particular cross-examination question is of utmost importance. That's why we're going to make sure to deploy it in such a way, because it helps our format. Or I understand exactly how and when to use different types of points of information, order, and so on, and can I or can I not POI my partner, and can I hand them evidence or paper? All these types of things are part of the format. There are arguments against the format. The key, most important, biggest argument about the format is what?
Rules arguments?
That is second most important. So if someone is misquoting evidence, that would be a format argument to say, actually, the format of the debate, the rules, were violated. Or if they went 10 minutes in speaking time when they had a 5-minute speech, you would say, you know what, there's a rules issue here. Or in more advanced circles of debate, if they were racist, you would run a critique and you would say, this team has somehow gone beyond the format of debate, and so no matter the content of their topic, you should exclude them from the debate. You should vote against them. There's one very classic argument here that we all learn. No, but that's in there. Yeah, topicality. Good. Topicality is not about the topic. It's not about the substance of the debate. It's saying, were you on topic at all? Not did you present good arguments, not the clash between the arguments. It's arguing the format that we agreed upon was violated by my opponents. This is a format type argument. Some of the coaches here will refer to that as meta debate. You're debating about the debate rather than the substance. In other words, somebody could have the best idea, but on the wrong topic. Someone could do something about Somali pirates, and this person say, that's not about the Middle East. Good case, though. That would be arguing that you violated the format, our agreement around the rules of what this debate is going to be. Everybody kind of get that? Format debate. We're not talking about that either. The unified theory of debate says for all other types of arguments, they fit into a map. We had to take topicality off the table because most of you, if you learn policy debate, learn about the 4 stock issues. Topicality is a special one. It applies to all formats of debate, no matter policy, value, fact, metaphor, anything. Topicality is always there. We sometimes use different words like resolutionality, but the concept is it's about format. When it comes to arguments, the argument map that we're about to put up here is a way for you to categorize every possible argument related to the topic. Begging this question, which I know some of you will be fine at answering. What are the types of topics? Foreign policy and domestic policy would be subject areas. Not a bad answer. We would also say philosophy would be a subject area. Morals is a subject area. Social values, etc. Those are all subject areas of the debate. They're not the topic itself. Good. Policy, value, and fact. Those are bumper sticker words that don't mean anything necessarily because they're just labels. I don't care what you call them. It's a convenient way for us to learn words about debate so that we can discuss debate with each other, but our audience is not expected to know these words. We can't overemphasize that. When we are teaching debate, we're teaching a language a little bit, but I'm frustrating because, for example, I'm okay with the word format or structure or rules to discuss because we want to be thinking about the idea and the concept behind the words. The words just help us talk to each other in debate circles. They don't help us talk to audiences. So, policy, value, and fact resolutions. What makes it a policy, value, or fact resolution? Pick one.
A policy resolution incites a change in something.
What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Cool. Jacob, yes. So there is some change. The policy resolution's wording says a change should be advocated, should happen. We're defending a, what's the definition of policy? Just off the top of your heads?
Plan a course of action.
A course of action. That's what pretty much most dictionaries say it is. Policy is about courses of action, things that should happen. Yes?
Value is comparing the value of something usually with another thing, like X is more valuable than Y.
Good. So we are comparing two things. Who cares what we do? Maybe we're doing the right thing now. Maybe we're not. Maybe we can't even do anything related to what we're discussing. We're discussing in abstract terms. That's a value debate. What's a fact debate?
It's literal facts, like, this, like, this house is doing this, or something, like, this house is should abolish the death penalty.
That would be a course of action, because we're saying the House should do something. We're going to abolish something. But
Just a statement that one side disagrees with, one side agrees with. Just like this is this. It's not. You don't have to make a plan or like value anything in it. It's just a simple statement.
yes, can you give me an example?
Like a basic example would just be like the ball is blue. Like they say this is this.
There's going to be an area of quibble, because like he said, well, it's debating of literal facts. Not quite so. Yes, sir.
It's like saying the House is saying that this is something that is true, like we debated yesterday, and the ends justify the means.
Yes, that's an example. What are the ingredients of it? Good. Has to be subjective. We are interpreting. Oh, I should write this over in a different place. We'll get the formula in a second. We are interpreting subjective facts. The wall is blue is, I guess, somewhat subjective depending on your gender, but the death penalty is unjustified is highly subjective as a debate point. So the phrasing of a fact resolution is typically some subject area is and some subjective interpretive word. Unjustified, inappropriate, wrong, bad, I don't know. The separation of church and state is being inappropriately eroded was the first fact resolution I ever debated for a whole season. Walmart's business practices are detrimental to the United States was the next. What's challenging about debating this is it feels a little bit like a value resolution and it feels a little bit like a policy resolution. The argument map will help us understand why that is the case. Let's finish the map. Let's finish the description. So what did we say this was? A course of action. And this is an abstract comparison. So who decides for the year whether you're doing value debate or fact debate or policy debate?